Well, hi there. I have been hanging out at home, kind of waiting on you to come on back so that we could do some exploring closer to home. I built this swing. I thought it would be a fantastic addition to our area. Let me show you around a little bit. I have been doing a lot of terraforming, including this awesome garden swing, our pond. Apparently, we have a chicken. We have all of this beautiful terraformed area that I've been just kind of slowly but surely working on. Obviously, here is our cave, and I still need to do something about this area up here. And I have found another cat. Added some azalea, some poppy, peonies here, and have been really decking out our front of our house. And you'll notice there is a brand new tower that I built because I wanted to be able to look out over to the ocean and watch for invaders, because we have lots and lots of pillager towers. I don't see them right now, but I know they're there. So there she is. I moved around the staircase a little bit. We have some nether wart growing. I did go into the nether and found a fortress, and I will go up to that again and show you where that is later. We have expanded our beehives. I need to breed up some more because that one's empty right now. And there is our tower. So if we come on up here, we've got this nice little walkway up to the second level. So it's kind of a fire escape for those who are spending the night. They have multiple ways to go out. I also did a little bit of playing around inside, so we have a little more decor inside now as well. So we have our bathroom with a nice tub, some shampoo bottles, a nice towel, and a sink, and a mirror to look into. Lots of storage in through here. This is my room. Obviously, I get the biggest room. And a little bit of everything in here, as well as our book of all the different kinds of places that we will be going to today. It will be the flower forest, the sunflower forest, birch forest, old growth, and a surprise one. So besides this, you can have one of these rooms. So this room is empty and this one is empty, and have a place to put your armor when you go to bed. Have a nice place to store your items while you're sleeping. And I do want to make these more cozy because right now they're kind of plain. There is a secret hatch up here to the attic, which I don't have anything going right now, but you can see all of our copper has changed. And then this room doesn't have a hatch, but it does have a shelf, so I do have to figure out what to do there. And then our main kitchen area, we have a nice cute little table so we can all eat and hang out at night after we finished adventuring. There's plenty of places to make food. We've got steak in there. We've got music discs to listen to. Unfortunately, they're all the same. I'm trying to do some creepers to try to get us some music to listen to. There's like a little nook here to kind of sit around and hang out. There is another enchanting area. I have also set this up as our banner making area. So we have a loom here and then more supplies. Up here, I'm going to make a secret reading nook. So as soon as I can get some dark prismarine, I'm going to make us a couch and then maybe have some books and put some bookshelves in here. This will be kind of like, you gotta just tuck away and just pretend you aren't, hide away. So there's lots of nooks and crannies in this place. Now up here is our other tower, another storage here. So we are never going to run out of storage for whatever we find in this world. And a dizzy staircase up. And up here, I have gone a little bit more into the deep dark. I think I may have shown it on a video, I'm not sure. But I have added some redstone lamps so they turn on at dusk. And we get beautiful views of the flower forest that surrounds us, as well as a prairie. other things that are way off in the distance. We can see the ocean from here. This is the reason I built this tower, is this view is absolutely amazing. And there's this really big cool island here, and I might build something on this island. I feel like a lighthouse or something, like kind of right in here, might be really pretty. And then this area might be good for like a big extensive farm of some sort. But you know, that's when we're not adventuring. That's not when we're exploring. So down the staircase again we go, back into the main area, and I've greened it up. You've kind of noticed, you probably have noticed that. We have our fella who, he's sleeping, so we'll try to keep it down. But we have our greenhouses up, greened up. It looks like we have like a vine growing up in through here. We have a couple of kitty cats here that have come into the house. We have our explorer's gear. This is my original iron gear, and this is just some stuff that I found. Now this is kind of my catch-all. These are my catch-all boxes, and we will come back to that. I did get that on video. It was just really long trying to get that goat horn. And of course our storage room is now all lit up. So as I said, I have been sticking around home a lot lately, just waiting on you this last week. We haven't been going very far away. The wintry biomes were a little bit of a haul, so I thought, you know, it would be nice to have us a little more cozy when we come back home. So we have a horse, and I need to get a name for it, and he has a companion little kitty cat. I have added a little bit of terraforming through here. I still have a lot to go in through here. But if we come down the staircase, we have beets. We have our wheat fields, and this is where our bees hang out up through here. We have our potato patch, and we have a split staircase here. This one goes down to our carrot patch. That one goes down to our wheat and our composter. Get rid of all those extra pesky seeds we don't really need. Now I have started adding berries. I think I might continue adding berries. It'll keep a little decor, but also kind of a little protection. All of our doggos are up here. They are all over the place. And hello, your heads. Thank you. Yes, get your head out of the black. We will slowly but surely change all of their name tags, and their collars, and we'll get them name tags too. This is something I have not shown you guys yet, is our cactus farm and sort of our cocoa bean farm. Cactuses come in here. It's not going too bad. It's not very big. It's only 9. I don't need a lot of green dye for anything. And if we come down here, I had to put this one way out of the way because it's extremely noisy. But down here in this little mud brick house is our pumpkin farm. Pumpkin and melon farm. You can see our observers are watching intently for pumpkins and melons to grow. This is one of our puppers. I will give this one an orange collar eventually. And as you can see, it's very loud because of the minecart that goes down below here. If you want to do a tutorial on this, everyone has a tutorial on this one. This one's just small. It only has about, I think it had 12 or so planting plots, so it's not huge, but it's been producing quite a bit while we're hanging out at the house. So that is the main areas that I have built, and I'm just gonna kind of come on down here since we're almost all the way down. I do need to make a path from here down, but it looks pretty nice. I'm really digging that color scheme. And then I have made a second cow crusher because I was very in dire need of more books, and we have more kitty cats kind of sitting around, and another dog, and we're getting there. I need to get wheat, and I also have kind of a smoker down here. So there's what our house looks like. The Adventurers Guild is coming together, and it looks so much better with that other tower there. Yeah. Eventually, I would like to do a few additional things as we go. I think our Adventures Mountain deserves to have lots and lots of little buildings, lots of outbuildings, plants and trees, and all sorts of goodies all the way through this mountain area, as well as more decor, lighting, things like this, like our bridge. And I have decorated the bridge. Give it a lot. It's a lot more homey and lots of vines and things. Is very overgrown. There's also something I've been working on over on that mountain and some other surprises that we've been doing. But today we need to go to a couple of special biomes that are right by our house because I thought, well, since we're sticking close to home this time, let's show you all a couple of special biomes. First off, right here is a sunflower plains. And the reason they're called sunflower plains is because sunflowers spawn here naturally. And this is the only place that sunflowers will spawn. So you do have to find one. They're always going to face west. Although technically real sunflowers in my world do not face west. Hello. But sunflower plains are like regular plains. That's the only difference. That's the only place you can find sunflowers. And once you get sunflowers, you can just bone meal them and get plenty more sunflowers. Right at the bottom of the Explorers Guild is a flower forest. Flower forests grow all your normal kinds of trees, just your oak and your birch trees, and flowers. And they have all sorts of tulips, the red, the orange, the pink, and the white tulips. You can also find the alliums here. That used to be the only place you could find them, but now you can find them on some of the meadows. You can find your azure bluet. You can find these beautiful lilies. You can find the peonies. You can find all sorts of different flowers in here, and I will explain what this is in just a minute. You can find all these oxeye daisies, which are just beautiful. And what else? Goodness, you can find the poppies here. So every single flower in the game, except for the blue orchid, can be found in the flower forest. You can also find lots and lots of bees and bee nests naturally spawning here. And this one, as you can see from the top of our mountain here, it ranges far and wide, and there is a lot of them. And some flower forests are very small, but if you find some of these, like the mix of the alliums and all the other kinds of flowers like this together, you know it's a flower forest. Now, one thing you can do with flower forests, and I've been moving this thing around, I've moved it around 3 times now, is that you can make a flower farm by making like a large green pad that has a couple different dispensers underneath that have bone meal, which is, you know, we have a awesome skeleton farm over there, and then you can redstone it. Now I got this particular recipe, the demonstration of how to do this from OMG Chad, so OMG Craft. This one's kind of an old one. There's lots of advanced ones where you have like shakers and all sorts of stuff. This one's nice and quiet, mostly. It turns on with a single flip, and then it bone meals it, and then rinses them away. And that's all it does, over and over and over, on a timer. Now this one does mostly white tulips, orange tulips, and then once in a while we get a red tulip right in this spot. So unfortunately I don't get as many red tulips as I'd like, and you get lots and lots of seeds. And the only other problem I found is that when I turn it off, it doesn't pop these back up to shut it off. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's probably part of the design. Yeah, we can get all of these beautiful tulips. Then they empty out into a hopper that comes into these hoppers into here. And I have my extra bone meal down here. And I've got all the wheat seeds and things like that. And then I have a composter in case I have too much of something. And it's not a difficult setup. It just takes a lot of repeaters and comparators. As an example of a very densely packed area of a flower forest, I love this. Like all the rose bushes, peonies, the bee's nest is right here. There's all these flowers everywhere. And look at all of these. Oh, and you can find obviously you can find sheep, chickens, cows, pigs. They all show up here too. But look how densely populated this whole area is. It is so pretty. And this is an area that has more of the blue cornflowers. I forgot about those. There's daisies. There's dandelions. They're all in here. I just wanted to... Oh, and lilacs. Our next biome that we're going to look out... Pardon me. Excuse me, I'm recording here. Yes, move along. Our next biome we're going to look at is the Birch Forest. And this one's pretty expansive. I think this one might be a mix of the old birch forest, like the tall birch forest, and a regular birch forest. Well, birch forests tend to be a little shorter of a tree. Kind of like the oak trees. Some of them can be pretty short. Lots of sheep here too, so you're around the sheep and the chickens. Obviously if you like birch, I like the birch leaves a lot, and I have had some mods where you color their leaves and they're really pretty. But anyway, birch forests are pretty much, that's what they are, they're birch. Nothing special about them. If you like birch, then you're good. Big difference between the little regular birch forest and the tall growth birch forest. This tall growth birch forest really reminds me of what we all thought was coming in 1.19. Slap a couple mushrooms on here, slap a couple of these. So if you do like this, I think all we wanted to do is see this. Wanted to see fallen trees. Honest to goodness, slap that in there. And if I had some moss, we'd throw some moss here as like the carpet. If we had moss on it, that's all I could have done. We would have been happy with this. Apparently, in Bedrock, they have this already. I don't understand why we don't have that. I mean, fallen trees make sense. I mean, it looks good. Look at that. I mean, just having that on the ground just improves things so much. Our next biome is the Dripstone Cave. We have looked at this before, I think briefly, on one of our other videos. No water for me to jump into. We're going to go around. I stumbled upon this Dripstone Cave because it's literally underneath our mountain. And it has this huge crevice that opens up, and I was building our staircase while I was rescuing a kitty cat, honestly, and then found this. So if you are following along on the same seed, which is in the description of this video, you can find this awesome Dripstone Cave, and it goes quite a ways back in here. I've lit up most of it, so it's kind of safe at the moment, but there's all this weird like overhang of the flower forest that's above. There are all these all these really awesome dripstone formations. I've taken out quite a few of the all the iron and the coal and stuff, but there's lots of copper left, and there was a lot of it down in here, and it goes all the way back in there. So the dripstone caves can range in size from just little tiny bitty baby ones to really, really massive ones with lots of the dripstone block and a lot of the stalactite stalagmites, which I believe they just call it pointed dripstone. So depending on how you place it, you can place it upright coming down, you can place it from the bottom going up. You can actually step up these by making it semi-laddery. It's so weird how this works. But you can actually like stand on top of a dripstone and climb it. Just don't bounce on top of it, because if you jump on the top of it too much, you can damage yourself. Now for our last little tiny peek at what is to come next week. I am going to be sticking around home for just a little while next week before we go through our next few biomes. Might cover a couple, but behind me is the most majestic dripstone, and you can hear some monsters behind me, and this beautiful geode poised over this pool of lava, and I stumbled upon this by accident. It is under the village, and I have a bubble elevator, but it's literally under the main bell of the village, or like pretty much straight down. So if you happen to be playing on this seed, you should be able to find all this stuff, as well as what is behind me. And as I said, this is kind of a preview for next time, but this is the Undead Destroyer 2000. Not the sword, that's the Zombie Slayer. But this is the Undead Destroyer, and you can probably not see it too well, but this is a double spawner with both zombies and skeletons. And I don't know if all seeds spawn both types of spawners next to one another. You might get a combo with all zombies. Excuse me a second. You guys are so loud. But as you can see from here, everything is available, both skeletons and zombies. And I will show you how this came to be next time. So thank you so much for joining me. I know we were sticking close to home for our biomes today, but we have a lot of cool things to come. So stick around, and I will see you next week.